A man stopped eating in his own house, and nobody noticed until another woman did. Tunde was an engineer. He was hardworking, calm, and responsible. He always believed that marriage would bring him peace, that things would naturally get better with time. His wife, Beezy, was a full-time housewife. She had no office stress, no early morning alarms. Her world was their home. It was 5:30 in the morning. Tunde was dressed for work, needing to get to an early site meeting. He looked at his wife, still sleeping soundly. He spoke softly, hoping not to startle her. "Babe, please. I need food before I go." But there was no response. Tunde tried again, a little louder this time. Beezy just turned over, pulling the duvet closer around her. "Just manage outside today," she mumbled, half asleep. That one phrase, "manage outside," stayed with him all day. It wasn't the first time, and it wouldn't be the last. The same scene played out again and again. Soon, Tunde simply stopped asking. He stopped complaining. It was easier that way. On his way to work each morning, he started stopping at a small, simple restaurant. It was nothing fancy, but the food was always hot, and the mornings were quiet. It became his new routine, his moment of peace before the chaos of the day. And that was where he met Amaka. Amaka was a banker. She was always impeccably dressed, always early, just like him. The first day they were there at the same time, they didn't speak. The second day, she offered a small, polite smile as she passed his table. On the third day, she finally spoke. "Engineer ABI? You people are always in such a rush." Tunde couldn't help but laugh. It was true. From that day on, they started seeing each other every morning. Their conversations were simple at first. They talked about the terrible city traffic, the stress of their jobs, the small frustrations of life. It was easy, comfortable. One morning, Amaka glanced at his regular order and smiled. "Tomorrow," she said, almost as a joke, "I'll cook for you." Tunde laughed it off, thinking nothing of it. But the next day, she arrived with a neatly packed container. Inside was home-cooked food, still hot. Tunde was speechless. He just sat there, quiet as he ate. It started with breakfast, but it didn't end there. Soon, Amaka was checking up on him during the day. Simple texts. "Did you eat? Hope work went well." For the first time in a long time, someone was listening. Someone was paying attention. Back at home, Beezy slept in. Tunde had stopped asking her for food long ago. He'd stopped complaining about anything, really. He had adjusted. He started coming home later and later, using traffic and meetings as his excuse. Beezy never asked why. Or maybe, she just didn't care enough to. The distance between them grew into a silent, unbridgeable canyon. It was inevitable, really. Amaka and Tunde were no longer just breakfast friends. She cooked for him. She listened to him. She encouraged him. She knew he was married, and he knew that she knew. It was an unspoken truth that hung between them, but it didn't stop the bond from growing stronger. One evening, Tunde sat in his car, parked right outside his own house. The engine was still running. A container of food, packed by Amaka, sat on the passenger seat beside him. His phone buzzed. It was a message from Beezy. "Hope you're not eating outside again." Tunde just stared at the message, the words blurring on the screen. He didn't reply. He couldn't, because he had already eaten. And the food he ate didn't just fill his stomach. It tasted like care, like attention, like understanding. So, it makes you wonder, was Tunde wrong for finding comfort elsewhere? Or did Beezy lose him long before another woman ever found him? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.